and welcome to News Hour with me, Julian Koma. Coming up, SLPP endorses President Julius Maada Bio as presidential candidate for 2023 general elections. 18 African Americans jet into the country after tracing their roots from Sierra Leone through DNA testing. And the non-governmental organization Motherhood Health Care to provide free mobile clinic for pregnant women and lactating mothers in Kailang district. As always, this and more news lined up in this edition of News Hour, but first, our preventive message.
You see where them people here wear them mask them fine? Well, now so you say for wear your mask. Cover your nose and you mouth all time where you dey near other person.
Please mask up and be safe. The Syrian People's Party has nominated President Julius Maada Bio as the party's presidential candidate for the 2023 general elections at the ongoing National Delegate Conference in the southern city of Bo. President Julius Maada Bio's nomination was proposed by the national chairman, Dr. Prince Alex Harden, and followed by Umaru Napoleon Kuruma, the party's nomination secretary general. We bring you an excerpt of the president's speech.
With great honor and humility, I accepted to lead the party, and again made only one promise then, and that is the promise I'll make to you again today, that when I lead the SLPP, I lead for victory. Nobody knows the APC better than I do. I've beaten them before, I've beaten them again, and I will beat them again. That is what political parties are about, to win elections. And when you have a winning candidate, why go searching elsewhere? So today, with great pride and honor, I accept the leadership, and I want to assure each and every one of us, when I will have the opportunity to talk to you again, I'll be talking about discipline and cohesion within the party. That is all we need to make it in 2023. I will and have provided the quality of leadership necessary to register us as a nation on the international scene. We have done things to change the narrative locally, way beyond what we have put in our manifesto. And I promise again that there are great things in store to make our party the most electable, the most palatable, the winning party for years to come. Again, great humility, I accept the position of flag bearer. We are a great team when we are together, and therefore visibility accept to be the flag bearer of the greatest thing that ever happened to this nation, the Sierra Leone People's Party. But a great honor for me, the great thing that ever happened to this nation, the Sierra Leone People's Party. But a great honor for me to make you have done maybe that flag there 3 times. The first time when I went in, the unemployment program. not afraid.
Ready?
With the baptism. I please them. Employ the countries I do. It's nothing on it. And I make me to tell them before they say, you are getting mercy. You make me una omojuba. So, now we don't come for the conference, we need for elect. We want the way to run the party so that we will get the party who will elect. We will not for the cause for come together. And the tell us the best family in this country. Don't make me blather with people. And the best family. Where is this family scattered? The country don't scatter. And we know they allow that for her. We the big one then. I got the plaba hot stay now for cool and down. Now, tomorrow by the grace of God, we don't get all we did as she knows so. Lecture more to whether we don't like the company. Then good delegate to, then bad delegate to. Chairman, take to the champions, then we will stitch the party together. I will Oja for knock APC down. No second round. Chairman, take to the champions, then we will stitch the party together. I will Oja for knock APC down. No second round. Thank you so much. For breaking a leader 3 times. I'm not ever disappointed now. I'm not disappointed.
Meanwhile, former national women's leader of SLPP, Fatmata Sawane, has presented Christmas gifts to vulnerable children in Freetown. This donation is coming at a time when people are spreading love and sharing pleasantries as the year rolls over. Jonathan Turner reports.
The initiative by the former Sierra People's Party national women's leader, Madam Fatmata Sawane, was born out of the love for giving Christmas gifts for vulnerable children during the festive season. The move by Madam Fatmata Sawane over the years has been hugely successful in putting smiles on the faces of children who are in need of extra help and care. Madam Fatmata Sawane believes every child has a right to security, love and a stable environment, noting that her aim was to make vulnerable children feel worthy in society.
I've been doing this every year since 1996 to today. Every year when there's Christmas, New Year, Easter, Day, Independence, I always come to celebrate with the poor because they are part of us. You are seeing it already. The children are so excited to have the bag. For the boys, you have different items. Each bag contains 8 or 9 items plus a ball. And for the girls, you have 8 or 9 items plus the baby. So definitely it's going to impact because they play with these toys and whatever after school and after.
during the donations to children at the 34 Military Hospital, Military Magai School for the Blind, persons with disability groups at Pademba Road and Cotton Tree, the facial expression of the beneficiaries were very delightful. Like many charity recipients, the children at Military Magai School for the Blind continued to render appreciation for the help and support they received from Madam Fatmata Sawane. It is so inspiring to see Madam Fatmata Sawane support vulnerable children in such a kind, considerate and compassionate way. Such kind gesture has helped the children Christmas so special. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
And now 18 African Americans have flown into the country, and this is the 5th batch to have come to trace their roots in Sierra Leone after DNA testing. Amidst their zeal to come home, they have registered their commitment to invest into various sectors in the country. Junta Turner was at Lunga International Airport during their arrival.
The drumming reflects the typical African culture to celebrate and welcome their own. And these 18 African Americans were honored to have stepped their feet on the soil their forefathers left unwillingly during the era of slavery centuries ago. Their arrival is not the usual touristic tours, but one with great affection to invest and develop their motherland, Sierra Leone.
I run a trucking business in the States, and we have various people here that has business as far as health. We got folks that's in nursing. We got various fields, so we would like to come here and do those things here because we're getting to the point now in the States where it's very saturated. It's overpopulated in certain areas, so we feel we can come here and really utilize our talents. So we're definitely looking to come to Sierra Leone, maybe start transportation, maybe restaurants, maybe sports bars, we're looking at schools, daycares, maybe some clinics. So we're definitely looking to do a lot of business and commerce here in Sierra Leone.
The move of African descendants to trace their ancestral roots to Sierra Leone is a laudable one. The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs will help them identify their tribe or ethnic group.
And you will know Sierra Leone because we will take you around, and we are known for one thing, that Sierra Leone we like strangers. You people are not strangers. You are Sierra Leoneans. You are our brothers and sisters. We are welcome you people into our folds. Therefore, please don't kill the dream.
For the next 2 weeks, the 18 African Americans will experience the exciting beaches, scenery mountains, wildlife and other rich and important historical places of ancestry.
So they will be going to town tomorrow to do a city tour of the entire Freetown, and from there the tour will continue. The next day they will be doing tour of the peninsula, and from there they will continue and do another tour of the provinces. They will be visiting Makeni. In Makeni there will be naming ceremony for those who are Timnis. There will be naming ceremony in Bo for those who are Mendes. There will be naming ceremony in Kenema also for those who are Mendes.
Following the traditional rites of receiving their African names, it is expected that they will be conferred Sierra Leonean citizenship. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
The Commander, Joint Forces of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces RSLAF, Major General Peter Lavahon, and other members of RSLAF have ended a courtesy call to soldiers at 12th Battalion, Kabala and Sinkuna in the Konadugu and Falaba district. Kadiatu Kabu went along and now report.
The Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces has the primary mission to defend Sierra Leone territory from external threat. In a bid to achieve that, RSLAF needs forces to secure Sierra Leone's border, land areas and territorial waters. This is eventually the work of the Joint Force Command that ensures smooth planning and conduct of RSLAF deployment. The Commander Joint Force Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Major General Peter Lavahu's visit to officers and personnel deployed in Koinadugu and Falaba districts from other ranks was a show of gratitude to them in order to interact and empathize with them.
It's a way of bringing command down to the men, you know, and you realize that they have left their families for quite some time. They are here working, and as commanders, we need to show gratitude to them, you know. And this year, I've decided to come with my team so that we interact with them, empathize with them, so that we see exactly how they feel on the ground.
Falaba district is just a mile off the Sierra Leone-Guinean border. The constraints to penetrate the region are enormous. While commending the move of the Joint Force Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Amidou Bundu Munu, commanding officer of 12th Battalion, pleaded for the construction of a mini barracks in Mongo, the headquarters town of Falaba.
Recently, I've just deployed personnel in Mongo, the capital city of Falaba district, and my challenges for the 2022 is to make sure we have a mini barracks in Mongo, and the brigade commander has assured me that is going to happen in the near future.
The cordiality of ARCSLAF and the civilians in Kabbalah and Sinkonia, where ARCSLAF has bases, is evident. Paramount Chief Mangasuri Jawara II at Dembelia Chiefdom in Falaba district appreciated the visit.
The visit of the military is not a surprising one. This is just to reinforce our relationship with the military. To us, we do not see them as military officers. We see them as our brothers and sisters, because since they came, the place has ever been peaceful, and we as chiefs, we are happy to be with them. I know each time they came around us, we feel very safe.
Some of the private officers who have never had the opportunity to wine and dine with the Joint Force Commander, Sierra Leone Armed Forces, revealed that the visit was a good example of leadership and it has motivated them the more to continue serving the country.
Happy for me to all celebrate this Christmas here, so.
I am happy because we had the opportunity to celebrate the holiday with our bosses. It is my first time to witness such celebration, and I am happy I did. Such action by them will motivate us to work hard and also serve as encouragement for civilians who may want to join the military.
Help way back so that we come to them as Nado. They will get the talent for me to join the army.
I appreciate. We're very much glad because
we are happy and we appreciate them for coming here to celebrate Christmas with us. We are really proud of them. This has motivated us to continue working hard.
It's because they motivate with the personnel that so that we know bearing, of course, the civil-military relationship.
Christmas celebration was evident in that part of the country. The Commander Joint Force Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Major General Peter Lavahu, showed a sign of humility by serving junior soldiers food during their end-of-year party. SLBC News are Kadiatu Kagbo reporting.
The head of Mission German Embassy in Sierra Leone has officially opened a state-of-the-art third branch of the Columbia Davis Memorial Funeral Parlor at Laka in the Western Area Rural District. The new facility has a full complement of a funeral home. Ibram Samoa tells us more.
To the glory of God. This building is consecrated by the Right Reverend Thomas A.I. Wilson.
Everyone living needs a funeral service at the end to eternity. This funeral home will be the fourth of the Columbia Davis Memorial Funeral Parlors in the country. 3 in Freetown now and 1 in Bull City. This fourth branch here at Laka would mainly provide mortician services in the Far West and its immediate environs. The state-of-the-art funeral parlor has facilities like a cold room that would accommodate 60 mortal remains, a showroom, chapel, mosque, washroom, carpentry workshop, offices and staff quarter. Proprietress Columbia Davis Memorial Funeral Parlor, Junita Macaulay, said she extended her services in that part of the country due to the growing demand of its customers to have in the far west.
The city is moving westwards and people are having trouble to take their corpses down to Circular Road or Wisconsin. So I think there's need for it. It's a full complement of a funeral home.
The Right Reverend Thomas Wilson, Anglican Bishop of Freetown, lauded the proprietress of Columbia Davis Memorial Funeral Parlor for her continual determination in serving the dead with respect and dignity, saying only God would reward her.
While other businesses are saying things are bad, business is bad. I'm not talking about their own business, I'm talking about business holistically. Some people are losing on their business. By God's grace, you today are the eyes of this champion. This is the champion. This thing that is happening in the world, you are opening a new branch.
According to the proprietress, race cars would now serve the Farabi community and the East, whilst the home at Tower Hill is meant for Central and West Freetown. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
Christmas is a moment of celebration and sharing of love. For this reason, the magazine community, both home and abroad, have organized a Christmas party for children in the community where over 1,000 kids were fed. Dennis Fraser reports.
The magazine community is one of the biggest communities in Freetown, covering almost the entire Frobe Road and Guard Street to Eastern Police in the Central Business District in Freetown. In order to help contribute to the development of the community by some individuals and former residents, the magazine community at home and at the diaspora organization was formed. Over the years, this organization has been contributing from whatever little resources they had to undertake activities that could help to elevate the standard of their community. And this year's Kids Christmas party is one of such gestures. They provided food, drinks and parcel of gifts to the kids.
We find it fair to come together as one unit to assist our people in the community. Magazine is one of the biggest community, the largest communities in the country. But we find it that they need a lot of help and they are actually not getting the help that they need.
As in community, all of us in the community gather together and the ones in the diaspora are supporting us. They are helping us. Normally they help us to renovate schools, like the coronavirus, they are here helping us with our needs for the coronavirus. Then they normally give help to the churches, the mosques, whenever it's Ramadan and Christmas.
The diaspora branch of the organization is also planning to undertake 2 capital-intensive projects, which they wish not to disclose at the moment, in order to strengthen education, health and hygiene status of the community. SABC News Hour, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Still to come on News Hour. Honorable Abdul Moe Conte to construct a sitting pavilion at the Carlton Community Field. And different organizations and individuals celebrate Christmas with kids and less privilege. These more stories coming up soon, but let's go for a very short break. We'll be back. Welcome back to News Hour with me, Julian Koma. We continue with the news. As part of its Christmas celebration, Women in Social Empowerment, WISE, has hosted a party with the Children's Home, the House of Jesus for Disabled and Beggars around Freetown Cotton Tree. William Wise report.
WISE, Massey Bondo said the initiative to provide lunch for the less privileged came from the organization's president, Reverend Lucian Ganda, and that the intention was accepted by every member of the organization. Prayers were said for the children and the organization. The vice president of the organization, Mayan Samoa, encouraged the children to continue their resilience as God has not left them. Treasurer of WISE, Bridget Moses, gave a background of the organization, which he said is an academic organization formed by a group of women from their master's degree class of 2015, which focus on education and sustainable livelihood, especially for women and girls. The team proceeded to the House of Jesus for the Disabled at Bus Station, where the disabled applauded the gesture and ended up at the County Tree in the city center. Beggars at County Tree commended the efforts of WISE for thinking about them and pleaded for consideration during the holidays. SLBC News, William Wise reporting.
Still on Christmas, a philanthropist, Ambassador Ibn Strasser King, has organized a Christmas party for street kids and also provided gifts for children admitted to Ward 1 at the Connors Hospital in Freetown. Dennis Fraser reports.
This is not the first time that Madam Ibon Afo Strasser King and her family have been taking up the gesture of providing help to street children and also other persons in need. This year, however, the organization called Christmas for Street Kids saw the need to organize a Christmas party for street kids who are mostly children of people living with disability that were provided with food and clothing. The purpose was to entertain the kids for them to feel appreciated and part of society, particularly during this period of festivity.
This here is near House of Jesus. It's a homeless shelter. In the past, I used to give the mothers money, seed money to do business so that they can use it to pay school fees for their children. So that is what I want to introduce. By next year, I think I'll start doing that.
We normally do this for like handicapped. The last year we gave them like money to start their business, to start doing something for themselves. It's actually an organization, but normally this Christmas is for the children, but sometimes we do it for adults and different other things. Scholarship too sometimes.
A similar gesture was also extended to children admitted at Ward 1 at the Connaught Hospital, where food and Christmas gifts were given to each and every kid admitted in the ward. This was well appreciated by the staff, especially the sister in charge, Watabindi, who, whilst receiving the items on behalf of the staff and management, thanked the organization for such a laudable gesture. The organization, with support from some of its partners like King's Production, Choitrams and a host of others, is also planning to support the kids with scholarship opportunities and also provide free school and learning materials to help them off the streets. SABC News Hour, Dennis Fraser reporting.
The Jesus is Lord Ministries has fed thousands of people from across the country. Children, the disabled, and elderly people from different communities enjoyed the festive feeding. Cecilia Sisi has the details.
For 22 years now, citizens across the country have benefited from Feeding the Poor, an annual Christmas charity drive of the Jesus is Lord Ministries. Last year, about 2,611 people benefited, and this year, almost twice the figure benefited at Allentown, Rugbangba and Waterloo.
Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today and forever.
Jesus is the same today and forever. As it is in the Bible, Jesus fed the people because he cares about the poor and the needy. So just as in the days of Jesus Christ, this is just a continuation of Jesus' charity drive. Jesus died for everyone, so this charity is for everyone.
Feeding a pattern, a biblical something right from the Bible.
With great excitement, the beneficiaries received their Christmas gift and expressed thanks and appreciation to Apostle Dora Dumbuya and the membership of Jesus is Lord Ministries. It is more blessed to give than to receive, for we rise by lifting others. SLBC News Hour, Cecilia Cisse.
Christmas is not just celebrated by Christians, but Muslims as well, especially in Sierra Leone, where Christians and Muslims come together to celebrate each other's special moments. To celebrate this year's Christmas Day, the Hafizat Fellowship Sierra Leone has organized a quiz competition for its sponsored students across the country. The event was held at the Masjid Nabuyi, Sheriff Kalba Town. Fatima Kamara reports.
The Hafizat Fellowship Sierra Leone is a Muslim organization of women that is aimed at empowering the lives of young women and girls. This year, the fellowship organized an interzonal quiz and Quranic competition, which, according to Awana Tusise, the national coordinator of Hafizat Fellowship, was a way of encouraging their sponsored students to be more focused on memorizing the Quran and also to minimize their involvement in activities that are un-Islamic.
We organized this competition to capture the minds of children so that they won't go out and do bad things.
13 learning centers or Karandes took part in both the quiz and the Quranic competition under the sponsorship of the Hafizat Fellowship Sierra Leone.
Since we inception at the Quran to focus, we get 13 Quran schools across the country.
We have 13 schools across the country. Today, we decided to test the abilities of the children to see how far they've gone in learning the Quran.
The national coordinator of the organization, Harana Tusise, said the competition was meant to see how far their students have gone with learning the Quran. After various recitations of the Quran by the pupils, Consider Lane Karandei School emerged as the winner for the Quranic competition. And went home with little over 1 million yuans plus a certificate and a Quranic text. For SLBC News, Fatima Kamara reporting.
Now for some stories making the news in other parts of Africa. The Tunisian government has revealed plans to borrow 7 billion more from foreign lenders and domestic sources to stimulate the country's economy next year. According to the Tunisian Finance Minister Sahim Borkadi, the 2022 finance law boosts spending by over 3% year-on-year to 19.8 billion. He said the budget deficit, excluding donation, will be within 9.3 billion dinars. The deficit is expected to hit some 6.7% of gross domestic product. Mr. Bogadri stressed that the result was a need for financing as in every year, and the need is estimated at 18.673 billion dinars in addition to a treasury need of 1.31 million dinars. A South African court has halted oil giant Shell seismic testing for oil and gas along the country's eastern coastline, pending a final ruling. The decision has been hailed by environmentalists who fear that the sound blasting will harm marine life. Shell said it had paused operation while it reviewed the judgment. South Africa's Energy Minister Gwandi Matashi had condemned the project's critics, saying they wanted to deprive Africa of energy resources. The High Court judge said Shell's right to explore the waters near the Wild Coast was awarded on the basis of a substantially flawed consultation process. Campaigners argued that many sea creatures, including whales, dolphins, and seals, would be affected by the seismic testing. The daughter of Archbishop Desmond Tutu has remembered her father as a hugger who was so open with the fact that he loved his family. The anti-apartheid leader, who was instrumental in the struggle to abolish the apartheid system enforced by the white minority government against the black majority in South Africa from 1948 to 1991, died on Sunday at age 90. That concludes our catch-up of the news making the rounds on other parts of Africa. Let's go over to our entertainment desk for the latest update.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News. I am Mariette Dukuri. In this edition of Entertainment News, Kao Dinero wins Best Hip Hop Rap Artist 2021 and a whole lot about the National Film Awards. Congratulations are coming from everywhere for our dear Dennis Amara Toure, aka Kao Dinero, as he wins Best Hip Hop Rap Artist 2021. The award, which was given on the 26th of December, was organized by the African Entertainment Award USA, where Kao Dinero was nominated with other top African rap artists. After winning the award, he posted on Facebook, and I quote, "Thanks to the God of Abraham. Thank you, Sierra Leone. Thank you, Africa. Thanks to all the fans who voted at home and at the diaspora. It was long overdue, but still timely. Never ever give up. The mission has always been to change the narrative of non-believers thinking it can never be done. Well, now it has happened. LOL. Big things do come from small places. They say whatever happens on Saturdays or Sundays has the tendency of repeating itself. Oh well, more awards on the way then. LOL. God bless us all."
Sierra Leone, all I wanted to do is make us proud, man. You know what I mean? Break the ceiling. Kick the doors open so the kids and the generation coming can be like, yo, once upon a time, there was a warrior called Kao Dinero that fought for us to be able to be part of the global entertainment family.
And now, Joycey Turner has emerged the winner of the Big Sister Season 3 show. Nobody saw this coming, as Elsie was seen as the one getting the vote since the start of the show. But we saw Elsie is the first runner, whilst Joy, the Joy Boy with the article THE, as the second runner. We want to say a big congratulations to Kao Dinero and of course Joycey Turner on their wins. And mind you, one of Sierra Leone's biggest film awards, the National Film Awards, is set to be held, and definitely we are going to give you the update of all the winners.
The 2021 NFA Awards celebrate the beauty of Sierra Leone cinema on Wednesday, December 29th at the Ewadi Auditorium, Freetown. Come join us and be a part of the history as we roll out the biggest red carpet in Sierra Leone history to celebrate the flavors of Sierra Leone movies.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have in this edition of Entertainment News. I have been Mariette Dukuri. Happy New Year, and keep watching the SLBC.
And over to our sports desk for the latest update.
It's Sports Office on the News with me, Abdul Kabir. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, as a way to foster a good relationship and bid farewell to the fans, Leon Stars have played to a 1-1 draw with the Premier League Gold Stars at the Shaka Stevens Stadium. The match came at a time when the senior national team coach John Kister is preparing to announce his final 28-man squad ahead of the AFCON in Cameroon. SLBC Sport follows the story. The dress rehearsal match between the two sides saw great exchanges as a free-flowing game that provided spectators with so much to cheer about. Leon Stars were impressive on the breaks as they secured their opening goal in the second half of the match, courtesy of LA Galaxy forward Augustine Williams. After the match, he gave his reaction.
Collectively, we're trying to get there, so it's day by day. I think here, I was really fit to come here because I knew I was going to be really hot, so I'm proving myself. I think there's so much room to improve, and just me being here day by day, taking it slow, step by step, so I'm ready.
On the other hand, the combined Premier League team proved too strong with exciting display as East End Lions forward Mohamed Dabo scored the all-important equalizer for the combined Stars. As a young player, I feel fulfilled for scoring the equalizing goal against Leon Stars, and I wish the team all the best of luck. Football fans across the country are on tenterhooks as the nation awaits Mr. Kister's final 28-man list announcement. And now in the international scene, we bring you good news in the world of tennis. Novak Djokovic has withdrawn from Serbia's ATP Cup team. There's also doubt surrounding his participation in the Australian Open. Novak Djokovic has been an informed player with excellent playing skills. That's your sports. I'm Abdul Kabir. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
And now, to end the news, the main points again. The Syrian People's Party, SLPP, has nominated President Julius Maada Bio as the party's presidential candidate for the 2023 general elections at the ongoing National Delegates Conference in the southern city of Bole. 18 African Americans have flown into the country after tracing their roots from Sierra Leone through DNA testing. This is the 5th batch to have undertaken such a trip to Sierra Leone from the United States. And the non-governmental organization Motherhood Healthcare has committed itself to provide free mobile clinic for pregnant women and lactating mothers in Kailaun district. Abundant thanks for having the SLBC. I've been the presenter, Julian Kuma. Do have a wonderful night. Good night.